Am I the a-hole for telling the truth and exposing the web of lies my wife spun? My wife has been lying a lot lately. She is overly conscious of people's feelings, and she uses white lies to shift the blame onto others to lessen the blow on the situation, always to her benefit. She will find herself in situations where she wants to back out of weekend plans with her friends, or explain why she did something seemingly rude, etc. But she always blames me. My husband doesn't want me to leave this weekend. Sorry he's such an ass. Or I only screenshotted his conversation we had because my husband told me he wanted to see it. Sure, I can handle someone confronting me about that stuff far better than she can. She has high anxiety when it comes to confrontation. But I'm really sick of being her scapegoat and letting people think that I'm a selfish jerk. I was watching our kids this weekend while my wife hosted a baccalaureate trip for her friend at my wife's aunt's lake house. Last night, my wife calls me and says I can come over with the kids, rather than wait till early in the morning like planned. I get to the lake house and the girls are still out of the bar somewhere. So I let myself in and put the kids to bed. My wife sent text her after seeing me on her security cam and tells her she is upset that I was there. That's weird to me because she and I get along very well, and I'm even renting a house from her. She is really high anxiety, but she manages it well most of the time. She then texts me this morning and begins wailing on me. That doesn't mean what I thought it'd be. Yelling at me about how I had no right to invite myself over and that I'm a bad father. Naturally, I was shocked and asked her what she meant. Turns out, my wife texted her saying she didn't know I was coming, and that I'm an incompetent father and she had to help me because I didn't know how to watch my own kids. I told her that that was not true, that my wife invited me to come because she knew it was close to my work and I could sleep in rather to get up early to bring the kids. I of course confronted my wife about why she would lie about me and say things like that about me. She then gets mad and says she was doing damage control to the situation and that it was far better if her aunt is mad at me than her. So now we're fighting because I of course don't appreciate being put in that situation, but my wife thinks it was necessary sacrifice to keep her aunt happy with her. Am I the a-hole for refusing to move for my dad's wife's new job? My dad's wife got offered a promotion recently, but it's in another state. She, my dad, her son 11, my half siblings 3 and 5 all moved for her job, but I 16 stayed behind to live with my grandparents. I refused to move away from my family with them, and it caused some issue. My dad tried to demand I come, tried to talk me into it. His wife said I was being unfair and holding the family back, etc. I said I had my family here and it'd be fine. They should go without me. My dad almost insisted on it, but then my grandpa reminded him I'd only have a year and a half of living there before I could choose to move back, and that he might breed resentment in me. My dad asked, was staying close to my mom's extended family and my dad's worth not seeing my parents and siblings? I told him I never considered his wife my parent, and that while I'd miss my half-siblings and him, I wouldn't be losing a whole lot more family. It would not bring me closer to his wife like I knew he was expecting. He didn't even try to deny he was thinking of it. So they left, but my dad and his wife are still pissed. She called me selfish and told me my dad was miserable without me there. My dad is pissed that I was not willing to give it a go. While I'm honestly so happy I'm still here and I love living with my grandparents and my uncle's family. They all live in one house. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for not making vegan food for my sister's surprise guest? So I cooked dinner for the family today and my sister had a guest over. I was told to make whatever I wanted for the family, my parents, myself, my brother, and my sister. The food I made was roast beef and mashed potatoes for a Sunday night. At dinner time, my sister brought a surprise guest over for dinner. I had no idea, and I also had no idea that she was a vegan. My sister ended up making a big fuss that I didn't make vegan food for her surprise guest that I met for the very first time. My parents were a little upset as well. They said, go and cook her some food and she must be hungry. Having worked all day on work and feeling tired, I refused. I said, I'm tired. I don't know any recipes and I can just rush a meal. The guest felt a little awkward and my family was a little mad at me. I concluded by saying that I don't know how to make vegan dishes. I am tired from work working 9 hours in that day, and if she's that hungry, she can use Uber Eats to order what she's comfortable with. Am I the a-hole in this situation?